Hey guys, it's my man Cody, and he's here playing Unchained. What is this?
Pure Unchained, that's all it is.
Pure Unchained, and you got
X1, but the way the tiebreakers worked out, it was like 5th.
And what was your matchups?
Virtual World, what was it? Sky Striker, which we only lost. What was the other match? What was the other main matches there were? I didn't even fucking think about it. Sky Striker, Virtual World, and Sky Striker were like the main ones. Everything else was kind of easy.
It was a job. They were jobbers.
Easy jobbers, bro.
Easy jobbers. Hey, let's go.
Yeah, I think that was basically most of it. Just
get against meta deck, right?
Hey man, you just build it correctly. You can keep up. They can keep up with the meta really well.
Let's go.
Just, no Drytrons today. Thank you. So whoever didn't play Drytrons, I love you. But yeah, so mainly it was the last 2 rounds, Virtual World and Sky Striker. My only loss was Sky Striker today because, you know, Bowie just opened and engaged like he's good at the game.
Nice as Yu-Gi-Oh player.
He's just nice, bro.
Top 5.
Oh, I did play Dinosaurs round 1, but he didn't. He bricked like hardcore. We stopped the Animador and just couldn't play.
Oh yeah, that's GG's right there.
Yeah, dude, easy peasy.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Alright, so in case anybody's unfamiliar, here's the standard lineup that everybody should be playing, but people are Mavericks. 3 of each twin. Because you just want to see that you just want to see a name no matter what. So I'll briefly explain it. This one, on an ignition effect, can set an Unchained card from your graveyard to the field and pop a card you control. If it doesn't target a monster, you can't go spell it.
Ooh.
That's the big thing. If you can't go spell it if it's targeting an Unchained back row, because it's not summoning a monster.
Too good.
This one is your starter, because in hand you can target a card you control, lock you into fiends for the rest of the turn, destroys the card, summons stuff from hand.
Jesus.
And this one's kind of how you play on your opponent's turn. As a quickie, you can target a card you control, also lock yourself into fiends, and then destroy the card.
Jesus.
And they all have the same secondary effect. If they're destroyed on the field, they summon an Unchained monster from hand or deck.
Nice.
They can all activate and damage them, which is the main reason you don't lose to Ash in this deck a lot, unless it's like they stop your starter and you still can play. Because they can all activate and damage step. 3 of each, because Konami needs to make us another name. So for the souls is 2 of the big boy and 1 of the brick. We drew this a lot today.
Ooh.
It's still fine, we ended up getting there. But like, this card is like the reason you can kind of play against the meta right now. Because like against Eric round 5, he had a Zeus on board, and the way the chain ended up working out, I was able to still pop the Zeus and still float down because I was able to destroy my other cards in chain. So alright, to briefly explain it, he's like Dean Gearstu. He can only be special summoned once a turn. But if a card you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can summon him from hand, and on summon, he can discard a card to pop a card on the field non-targeting. This can activate and damage step. The summon from hand and the special summon and the destroy effect. This can activate and damage step. Oh, I played against zombies too. That's right. I remember because I see him over there. So it was zombies, striker, dino, virtual world, and Michael with his dark wing beast deck, which that was nice.
Yeah, I lost. I won zombies too.
I beat him so bad, it was so sad. And then this is your garden. This is the card. This is like your driver, your dark magician. You hate drawing this card because it really isn't easy to get out of your hand. While it's on the field, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls. Immediately after the effect resolves, you link into a dark link monster from your extra deck with this card as a link material and that monster. And if it's destroyed on the field by battle or card effect, it can summon itself. It can summon an Unchained monster from the graveyard except itself. And I forgot. I'm sorry. This can summon itself from the graveyard during the end phase if it was destroyed on the field, but when it does, it goes to the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. Ooh. Can't summon this twice in one turn. So don't cheat.
Don't cheat. A lot of cheaters.
So we're getting to the hand traps, just standard. Best one, honestly.
Gosh. Drolls? No?
Drolls are on the sideboard.
Yeah, side.
2 Phantasmi. I never saw this card at all today.
Oof.
This card was discard fodder or side out fodder the entire day.
Yeah, I mean, it's good against Sky Striker.
It's good against strikers if you draw it, but you know.
And Drytrons is useless.
Yeah, it's not really. In case their hand is bad, it's good against Drytron, but their hands are never bad. And then 2 Bell. It's good. Just Bell's just good in general.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that it can negate activations is the main reason Bell's good. But especially against like the virtual world matchup or like against Dino where they tried to not against Dino, what was it? Against the Michael's deck, the dark deck where they summon from the graveyard a lot. This is always just a catch-all, but 7 in the main, and there's 3 more, but in the trap section because they're obvious. Only 6 spells, 3 extra, Pot of Greed in the deck. You play you play multiples of the Unchained Link monsters, so it's not likely you're gonna banish them all, but it happened a lot today.
Why not pot of prosperity?
Okay, so I get asked a lot. Why not prosperity? In this deck specifically, you need card advantage, not selection. The +1 is the main thing because you discard with the big guy, and you have to have a card in hand all the time. Prosperity is fine. I don't hate it, but I like this better. And if I had them, I would test it, but I don't like it just because it also, if you're going second, Prosperity is like terrible because you can't OTK with it when you activate it. This deck can OTK like out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then, so that's why I don't like Prosperity either. But you can play it if you want to. When you figure it out, you'll notice the plus is always better. But then we got 3 Prison. This is just Unchained Roto. Just searches any card in the archetype, and if it's set on the field and destroyed by a card effect, you can summon an Unchained monster from deck.
Nice.
This thing didn't get ashed at all today. I'm just like, why? Why are you guys letting me get to my starters? It's fine. Only 6 spells. Then for the traps, we got 3 of each trap. So they all have the same secondary effect. If they're set on the field and destroyed by a card effect, they summon one from deck. This one targets an Unchained card on the field, or I control, and 1 card on the field pops both. This is how you don't lose evenly because you pop 2 of your own guys. And then this one summons an Unchained monster from hand or graveyard and aren't targeting, which is great because people will be like, Crow. I'm like, all right, cool, summon from hand instead. But you gotta max them out because you always want to see a back row and another Unchained monster. Otherwise, the engine's not really rolling that well. And because we're a trap deck, play 3 traps today. Because this card's insane. This card is not fair.
Too good.
Especially when you set TT with this and they're just like, oh, this is bad. Yeah. Trap Trick wins me so many games just by itself, just getting me recovery play when I need it, or other cards in the deck, because you lock you into 1, but it doesn't lock you out of their effects in the graveyard. They're just actually activating. So like there was at the case tournament a couple weeks ago, I set one of these on purpose, didn't activate it, just popped it with red. Or popped it with blue on their battlefield on their turn, and they're like, you can't activate that. I'm like, this is an effect, this isn't a card activation. They're like, because I torrentialed that game. And then 3 Imperms, just because.
Imperm too good, actually.
Imperm's too good, bro. You Imperm their Imperm columns, nice.
Yeah.
And you gotta play it because Drytron will show up eventually in this locals. Smile. But like, it's just good catch-all.
Damn.
And the reason we actually win a lot of these games is Torrential Trip.
Jesus Christ.
This is an extender in this deck, bro. Equalizes the board and then floats into your guys. And it's Trap Trickable. And last 2 cards to make it 42 because I didn't want to play 40 and I never want to leave home without it. Heavy Storm District.
Oh my god.
Because this card is both a back row denier and it's also a weird starter. Because like if you open hands where you just go fetch this and you have an Unchained back row, you can start the engine. Because you can pop this on their end phase, search for this one, then your engine's rolling like incredibly quickly. Because this one snowballs incredibly fast with your back row.
And then Eldritch, they'll set all the things and you just pop them out.
Yeah, but then they can just keep resetting too, so it's like, it's okay against Eldritch, it's just not the greatest against the Eldritch, I'll put it that way. So 42 main, I can't cut to 40 because I like these too much and Imperm is just important. For the extra, start with the Unchained, it's 3 Link 2, 3 Link 3, and 2 Link 4. So I'll go briefly into them. This one, on your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect target a face-up special monster they control. Immediately after the effect resolves, link it to a Dark Link monster with this.
Ooh.
This has the same effect, but it's only during your main phase, but it can be any monster they control. That's face-up. And they both have the same secondary effect that if they're destroyed on the field, they can Dante back a feed monster from graveyard to hand. I'm working on getting secrets, leave me alone. And then the big one, this one.
Broken.
This card's insane, dude. Like, when I get to this, it's like really hard for me to lose. So people play it in like dragons or generic dark decks because it's a decent boss.
Sir.
So its effect is on field when a card effect is destroyed, except by his own effect, I can target a card in the field and destroy it after the resolution. If it destroys a monster by battle, when another monster is destroyed by battle, I can target a card in the field and destroy that. This actually does activate damage step because the monster is destroyed by battle in damage step, and this will trigger. And then during the end phase, you can target a face-up card on the field and destroy it.
Jesus.
And you can only use each pop effect once per turn, but generally, if I'm making this, I'm snowballing to the point where like it's hard for you to catch up because it turns them off of setting back row because they can't set it and then I can just pop on their end phase. But like generally, because of extra, as long as you get at least one of each in rotation, like you'll be fine.
Nice.
So for the non-Unchained, it's 2 Unicorn, really important, because it's also a Fiend, so you can summon it under your locks.
And it gets rid of problematic cards.
Gets rid of problems. The best card today that I fucking won so many games was Boros.
Oh, what does that do, Nitro?
It does everything. It wins games. Like, there wasn't a game today that he was under 5,000 attack.
Jesus.
And you can make it, as long as you're not locked into Fiends, you can make this ridiculously easy. I've made it during my opponent's turn quite a bit. You can make it on your turn as long as you don't lock yourself into Fiends. 1 Bomber, just because time. Didn't make it today, though. It's okay. And the last 2 monsters, 2 Dingirsu, because
Dingy too good.
Ding's good, and Dragoon's kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's a nice Dragoon.
Alright, side.
See the spice on this one.
It's 3 draw, just enough
good.
said. 2 Golem and 2 Skullmeister.
Why the golems?
Because going second, Golem's like nice board here. It's also a Fiend, so I can get it back with my Link monsters. And then the 2 Meisters are just good catch-all. Came in clutch against the Virtual World matchup. Decently good against Drytron, I guess, but never played it. Never cited this in at all today. This card, get it out of here. Cited these in though, a lot.
Card's too nice.
This fetching this off Trap Trick's kind of funny too. But that's basically it.
Any remarks?
Deck's bad. Don't play it.
Don't play it.
Play a real deck like Ryan. This deck's bad.
Bad. All right, y'all. That's the deck profile.